Hey everybody, I want to do a commentary video. I didn't know this happened. September 24th, 2023. I honestly don't remember where I was exactly. I would have to check my Google Maps timeline and see where it has me pinned at or whatever, or shows me where I was at. But yeah, this is crazy. Haymarket, Virginia, Prince William County. They're gonna tell you right here, but this fucking Asian dude wanted to shoot this church, Park Valley Church, which I never heard of. I never heard of it. I always hang out at Grace Covenant, you know, to try to make a few bucks and to talk to regulars and have conversation with people and stuff. I'm actually banned from that church. I didn't do anything like this guy did, but you know, I'm technically banned from the property. But I could still be near it, and I won't even step on the property. I refuse to. So, you know, and I learned my lesson that very day. But I don't know about this guy. I don't know if he learned his lesson. I don't know if he's if he even apologized to the pastors or anything. I don't know. I wish I knew. Is he carrying a gun the way he's got his hand? I mean, I'm gonna be real. I don't like weapons inside churches and schools. I really don't. I'm not for that. It's just the way it is. Shouldn't be carrying a weapon or anything inside a place of worship or a place of learning or whatever. You shouldn't do that. No. It just doesn't feel right. So.
Armed though today? Are you carrying with you right now?
I always carry.
Okay, you're carrying?
Yes.
Did you make any statements online that you're gonna burn the church?
I wonder if anybody would recognize him. I don't know. Oh, let me turn the. Oh, I guess comments are. Okay. I wonder what ambient mode was on. Weird.
Should burn the Bible?
I don't even know what ambient mode does. See, it doesn't really do anything.
After receiving high alert warnings from a neighborhood county about this man, as they try to stop him from carrying out his deadly plan, they uncover a.
But yeah, that's a pretty big church, though. I mean, yeah, maybe I should look at the way the streets laid out and try to maybe post up on a public sidewalk and see if I can make some money. You know, it couldn't hurt.
Disturbing case that could potentially threaten hundreds of lives.
But he was dumb enough for parking in the parking lot too. So. But he has all this money and everything, and he decides to do this shit. This fucking potential shooter terrorist dude has a lot of money. Like you could tell he's rich. So why would he go out of his way to do this shit? You know, he should be giving me some of that money, giving the rest of us poor that fucking money. You know, instead of being a douchebag like Asian, you know, that should be deported. So
10:23 a.m.
And I'm gonna be real. I don't like a lot of people from those countries. So that's just the way it is. I don't care what you guys say.
September 24th, 2023, and this Prince William County lieutenant in Virginia has received an alert about a possible shooting threat at.
Let me go back and look at that map. That would tell me a lot.
Kind of traffic detail as he drives back toward the church entrance from the parking lot.
Oh, no, me.
124.
And this Prince William County lieutenant in Virginia has received an alert about a.
Oh yeah, it's two driveways. Okay, so that's a pretty busy street, and that's another. I'm very sure that people probably go this way. Of course, they have to wait for traffic to be clear to keep on going down. So I'm thinking I could technically stand there. I could park my van right up in the shoulder here. I could stand right there with the sign and bucket, or I could stand where this street is. You know? Yeah. I wonder what this other building is for. This other one in the corner there. Of course, these are houses here in this cul-de-sac and whatever. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty plausible. It could be Route 29. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see.
Possible shooting threat at Park Valley Church.
I'll have to run up by my girlfriend and see what she
The lieutenant
says.
is stationed at the same church to work on a traffic detail. As he drives back toward the church entrance from the parking lot, he has no idea that inside, the church's security team has already noticed something suspicious about one of the visitors. This is 36-year-old Rui Chang. The church's security team immediately finds him suspicious when he walks in around 10:20 a.m. wearing sunglasses on a rainy day and avoiding all greetings. As they keep an eye on him, they notice he keeps glancing up and down at the
A fisheye security camera, fisheye lens. Yeah. I mean, there's some people who are like that. They're just not extroverted. They're very introverted, and I don't think. I mean, yes and no. I don't think they should be like keeping an eye on people per se. You know what I mean, guys? Like, I don't know. That kind of makes me feel uncomfortable. But then again, I do understand. I don't know. They really need to fix that floor though. It's really cracked. See that? That floor's got a lot of issues.
ceiling, leading them to suspect he's searching for surveillance cameras. Some even believe his sunglasses might contain a hidden recording device.
Huh.
Just as
Yeah,
the security
right.
staff approaches Jang for a conversation, the lieutenant arrives, and soon Jang's disturbing plan begins to unfold.
Hey, sir, how are you? Can I talk to you outside a minute?
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool. How are you today?
I'm doing good. You doing
Sure?
Yeah.
What's happening?
He.
Let's go over here if you don't mind.
Well, he wants me to leave, so I showed him my ID.
Okay.
He took a picture, and I am actually leaving now.
Okay.
So
Can I talk to you over
no
here?
complaints.
Can I talk to you over here?
Yeah.
All right. What's going on? Are you armed today?
I am.
Are you armed today?
I am a legal carrier.
Come on over here.
Okay.
Okay.
Whatever you want to know.
Are you armed today? Are you carrying with you right now?
I always carry.
Okay, you're carrying?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you.
Really? He's gonna stand right there while the cop is doing his job. Is this guy with the beard a cop, or is he just trying to play cop? I need some answers, people, because that to me doesn't feel right either. I think if you're gonna be building security once the cops show up, then you need to stand clear and not be so close to the potential suspect or whatever, because more than likely he's going to be the first person to be taken out if this guy goes berserk. He's going to be the first guy to be taken out. So he puts himself in that position. That doesn't make no sense.
Well, I can leave the premises. I don't have to, come back or.
Okay, well,
Yeah, and he's right though. He has a legal right to leave. And technically, if the cop says that he's not under detainment, then he has a legal right to walk and drive away. They cannot keep him there, and he doesn't have to have conversation. That's a beauty about the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, all the amendments. But yeah.
Yes, I can show you.
Why does he need to see it? For what reason? He's security. He don't need to see it. The guy's leaving. I mean, yeah, I don't like Asians, but at the same time, I'm like, we have to respect the Constitution, and we have to respect the fact that that you cannot legally hold someone against their will unless you have a lawful reason and beyond a reasonable doubt, suspicion and articulable suspicion why you want to place a person under detainment, and only if you're law enforcement. You should place a person under detainment once you establish probable cause and reasonable suspicion and reason beyond a doubt.
yeah,
I'm going to reach into my wallet.
Okay, where's your weapon?
It's on my right side. Can I put this on the ground?
So again? Yeah, you can put the coffee down over here.
I'm shuffling around.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, the reason why I got called is I got a call about you coming to the church. That there was some type of possible threat or something.
No. Here's my ID, and then
Okay.
you wanted to see that, so maybe I should take this off too.
Yeah, sure.
So.
Do you mind just pulling your jacket up so I can see where you're? Can I just?
Yeah, you don't want to.
You mind if I check? Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. You can
Okay.
feel it.
Technically, you can't have a weapon on church property.
Yeah, you're not allowed unless you're authorized by the church.
Yeah, you can't carry on church property or school
even
property.
concealed, not
Correct.
when it's shown.
Correct. Anytime.
I'm sorry about that. I did not.
You don't know
I did not know. I
that?
thought
You had to take the test to get this.
I thought you can't enter.
You can't have a
government buildings in
You
DC.
can't have a
like
weapon
museum.
on church property
I'm
or
sorry.
school property
I
at
did
any
not know.
time.
I did
Whether it's
not.
a weapon or not.
I didn't know.
Okay. Just don't reach for your weapon at all.
No, I'm not.
If you will, I will take action. You understand
I
that?
understand.
So how did I get contact with you today? Why am I contacting you today?
I think I don't know.
You don't know?
I think it was because we were talking.
No.
Like he's staff.
No. I got an alert from Fairfax County about you coming to the church. Did you make a threat to the church?
No,
That you're gonna...
I did not make a
You
threat.
didn't make any
I
type
did
of
not
threat?
make threats.
The night before, on September 23rd, Jang posted a photo to his Instagram with the caption, "Welcome to Park Valley Church."
Really? Really? Wow. So that's his Instagram screen name, I guess. I mean, I can't use Instagram. I got banned off of it. But yeah, wow. I mean, I'm kind of like, I don't like him because he's Asian, but at the same time, I kind of agree. I don't agree with the blood on your hands, but I agree that you can hate people in the government, public figures. And all. You're welcome to hate them. You can hate them all you want. Just don't say you're gonna like physically hurt them. Just say, for example, like, oh, I hate the government. I wish some of the people there would just rot in hell. You could say some shit like that. It's generally not considered a harmful or a threatening act. Now, if you say something similar, right? Blood will be on your hands. Then that's insinuation of a threat. You know what I mean? So there's different levels and there's different ways of how it's perceived and how it's shown and performed and all that good stuff.
Attended by many top secret government clearance holders in the area. From this day forward, you will know that this is how you all repaid me. Blood will be on your hands. The post quickly raised concern for one of Jang's friends, who reported it to the authorities. Now, as Lieutenant and other officers begin talking to Jang, they'll soon realize that the post was just the surface of a much deeper and more troubling situation.
I sent an email to, I think, asking for donation refund.
Who?
I don't know what's asking.
Okay.
Somebody, as part
At
of
the church?
Yes,
Here?
I asked for a donation refund and they returned it to me. So
Okay.
they returned it last.
So why are you here today then?
Because I want to see what it's like again to be here.
Okay. So you made a donation, you requested a refund back?
Because I feel like the relationship was kind of ruined.
We're here at the church?
Yeah, because I got very angry. Not that kind of angry, but I got, in my email I said, I would
24, I'm out with the subject. If you could keep one more unit coming on at the front entrance. Subject is on. Yeah.
So, I made no threat to him. I am no threat to him. I was actually very grateful at first, early on.
I'm going to be real. I think, to be honest, even if you are a legal concealed carry permit holder or you are allowed to have a weapon in any jurisdiction, meaning any and all 50 states, if you have police contact, I think the police should temporarily take possession of it. I don't like cops, but however, just because you have a concealed carrying permit or you're allowed to have one doesn't mean that you're mentally qualified to have one. That you could still go off the handle and grab it and start shooting up the place. Just because you take those tests doesn't mean that it makes you sane. You could be insane, but you are like a psychopath, or you're, what do you call it? Psychopath, right? I think. Where you can present yourself as a normal person, and then behind the scenes you're really like this crazy psycho motherfucker. That would just do anything because people look at you wrong, or they scoffed at you a little bit, or they rolled their eyes at you. I think honestly the cops should have the right to temporarily hold the weapon while they're with the person, and then once everything's clear and good to go, then they can hand it back and yeah, call it good. You know, that's what I personally think, to be honest.
And that's why I started making donations. It's 10% of every paycheck. And it was an automatic donation. But on the bottom of the paper, 90-day tithing challenge, it said, if your life doesn't improve after 90 days, ask for your refund. So what happened was nearly the next day after my first donation, life started going downhill really fast. And I don't know, in the next couple of weeks later, I got a very bad infection that almost went to my eye. I got laid off from my job, this and that. And
How does that deal with the church, though?
It's a spiritual thing. It's kind of like, it's not a direct connection, but I felt like, even people that I've met, they said, oh, I was sent by God, or people
He
would
got
say
jinxed.
these, spiritual things to me.
He should have
and
knocked
then
on wood.
I kind of make an indirect connection. So I think, okay, well, now I want my refund back. And they sent it back to
bug
me.
corrupt my
While
leg.
Jang discusses the refund issue with the church, the tone in his email is far more hostile, laced with profanities.
Now I feel like...
Whoa. Let's go back and look at that. Holy cow.
This is the refund issue with the church. The tone...
Because that was a little too fast. They actually have his Gmail. Hell no, we could dox the hell out of him. I'm gonna find out this motherfucker's address. I'm gonna find out exactly where he lives now. So we all can know to avoid his house and things like that. Pastor Barry White. I don't know, that name sounds familiar. But yeah, I mean, like, wow.
in his email is far more hostile,
crazy.
laced with profanities.
Now I feel like, because I got my baptism here, first time ever. My friend introduced me here, back in April. So I.
Oh, wait a minute. Is he a cop?
Kind of, gone downhill. So, that's.
Okay, I mean, if he's a cop, then yeah, then he can, yeah.
I'm here. I want
He has a
to.
weapon on his right side.
Yeah, I showed him everything.
Okay.
So that's the story.
Do you have your license on you, handy?
Yeah. Well, I gave it.
Turn this off because I don't want you guys to see where I live.
Okay, I just was looking at that. Do you still live on?
Yes.
Dude, I can find exactly where he lives pretty damn quick.
Okay. So what's your intentions today? Who did you send a message to on Instagram?
Instagram.
Yeah.
I didn't send anybody a message on. I didn't send a direct message to anyone on Instagram.
Okay.
It's not a very active account. So.
It's not a very active one.
Account, meaning I'm not, usually on there to just, but at the same time, there are some things that I even write in my computer or something.
Wow, it's pretty crazy, right, people?
It's not really me. It's more like, I work on video games. I work on short stories. I work on science fiction stories. Some of that, might have a graphic or violent nature. If you look in my emails, these are...
Let's not block the sidewalk. Let's go over here.
So I'm not, I can explain anything.
Okay.
And I can provide any documentation, anything like that. But
So, did you make any statements online or otherwise that you're going to burn the church or burn the Bible?
okay, I did burn a Bible, and that was my Bible
Where?
in my house,
Okay.
in the kitchen sink. But I made no threats.
He does have a legal right to do it, though. I mean, as long as he don't burn his house down or burn anybody else's house down, but he, freedom of expression. I mean, I don't condone it, but I'm not gonna hate on. I mean, not hate, but like I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, it's illegal, oh, it's bad, but it's freedom of expression. He does technically have the right to do it. I don't like him. I don't like Asians. It's just the way it is. But, however, we still have the amendments and freedom of expressions and all that. I can't explain why I think the way I think and why I feel the way I feel. It's just the way it is.
burn, somebody's Bible, or I'm going to say I'm going to do such and such action. No. As you said before, I don't even know some of these people. I don't even think I met. I think, but he was just
Well, you know,
because yeah, because I don't know, I don't remember his face, but because I attended online lectures.
what does he look like?
I don't remember. I know he's white. I don't remember what the other.
Does he have hair? No hair?
I don't remember. I just have that as his email in my. I think he contacted me and said something about Jesus a while back. We had a good relationship, with the church and everything. When everything started going downhill, that's when I started making indirect connections.
While Jang downplays his personal frustrations in conversation, his Instagram post from the night before
Wow. All right.
paint a very different picture. He blamed the government for failing to care for him after more than 11 years of service, during which he had sacrificed his entire youth. In his posts, he spoke of blood on your hands, framing the system as responsible for the actions he was planning, claiming he had been used as a pawn and that his loyalty was never appreciated.
You mind if I secure your weapon for a minute?
He got pawned.
Because I don't, just for my safety.
See, that's what you should have done the first time.
I'm not gonna. I was trying
Keep your
to.
hand up where I can see.
I was just trying to.
Just hold yourself still.
All right.
I'm just going to secure this until we're done, okay?
Do what you gotta do.
Okay.
Do what you gotta do.
All right, just sit tight.
Do what you gotta do.
You have anything else on you? I'm going to pat you down for my safety.
No, sir. Did you get my knife?
I got it.
Did you get my knife?
Yes, I have your knife.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead and eat it. Actually, just leave him the way he is. I got his weapon. He's good enough right now.
Okay.
There's enough of us here.
There might be something sharp in the wallet.
I saw that in it. Just
Yeah.
Here, let me take his wallet too. Here, I'll take it. Yeah.
You have anything else on you, sir?
I don't. No.
I'm gonna check the rest of them really quick. You can check it.
Actually, do me a favor, sir. I'm going to detain you until I figure out what we have here, okay? All right? Just sit tight. Safer for you, safer for us, okay?
Damn.
You're not under arrest. You're just being detained right now. You don't have anything else on you? I'm just patting you down. What do you have in here?
I mean, as long as they have articulable, reasonable suspicion for detainment, then I'm all for it. But of course they do, though, because we all saw the proof. But
That's my cell phone. That's my cell phone.
You want to put him in yours?
I'll put him in yours. No problem. You got an extra round?
That's not going to do any damage anyway.
Oh, really?
Because you have my weapon, so I can.
Do you mind standing by my car real quick and just set those with the other stuff? Anthony, just pull up right next to me. What do you have in your car? Do you have anything in your car?
Well, now that you mentioned that, there is one round of I always keep one in my car, maybe a couple of things.
I'm going to just sit you in here a minute. Okay?
Am I under arrest?
I think you're detained. You're not under arrest.
Okay.
But I want to sort what we have here.
Yeah, we can sort it.
Okay? You don't have anything else on you. I'm going to take these off you. Okay?
Sorry, I forgot about that. Let me think about it. I don't think I will.
You sure?
Those are my.
Yeah, I'm going to hold on to these.
Yeah, that's not a knife.
You have anything else?
And sometimes if I'm anxiety,
You ever thought about hurting yourself or anything?
I am on. No, hurting myself not as much in the past, more so, but
Thought about hurting others?
no. A couple, maybe 2 months ago, I was on antidepressants.
Okay. Have you thought about hurting yourself?
There were times where, for example, I had an infection where I thought,
wow, he asked that question twice already.
How long ago was that?
Asked and answered.
Maybe a month ago.
Okay. Did you talk to anybody about this?
Yeah, not really, no therapist. I didn't want to really bother my family or anyone else with this.
Okay.
stuff.
So, have you come here today for any reasons to hurt anybody or yourself?
No.
You come to a church armed, and you're not on the security team, and you're not working with me.
I go to a lot of places armed, so I can't really.
Okay, well, you have to know where you can and can't carry on.
That I should.
Correct? You should
Yes.
know that, correct?
Yes.
If you're a concealed weapon. All right? Just sit tight for me, okay? Like I said, you're not under arrest. You're being detained right now for your safety of mine. And Then we'll go from there with the car, okay?
In an Instagram chat with a friend back in August, Jang had expressed his desire to
Huh. I wonder how old he is.
live his 20s and his 30s, reflecting on the sacrifices he'd made for the government and yearning for normal experience. Just like dating and falling in love. His frustration only grew when these attempts failed, and as his friend tried to reason with him, his
Oh, it's some girl. Okay. How are you talking? You sound like you are a hoe. Wow, and this makes no fucking sense.
aggressive delusions resurfaced. Eventually, the friend
And I wonder how they even got this information, because if he didn't give them the passwords, then how did they legally get it? That's what I want to know. Search warrant? Because they have to. You can't just obtain it just because, unless somebody else has the entire conversation and they want to disclose it freely, you know?
blocked him, saying she was scared of him.
Damn, Glock 9, right?
It's a two-door Mercedes coupe. What's this?
Like a knife. It's like one of those knife card things, or a tag.
Is this like a AirPod Touch or a AirTag?
I think it's a tile. It's one of those
So what
tile
is this?
things.
Huh? What is this?
Oh, that's a tracker for my wallet.
Okay. Like an AirTag?
Yes.
Okay.
You want to know some things that I've said and some.
You work for the government?
I did,
So
but
how long ago?
I was laid off on August 17th.
Why do you still have an ID?
That because I am waiting for them to collect it.
Huh?
I'm waiting for them to collect it. That
Really?
was actually from a previous employer. I sent them an email, my security officer, a while back.
This is expired in a week.
I'm not using that stuff.
I understand.
And some of the things I probably said or to friends or family, I'm really just asking for help. It's kind of a call for help.
Okay, looks like you want some help.
Yeah.
You want to go see a therapist today?
See, that's the problem. I don't think I can afford that.
Okay, well we can
So,
get
you know,
you to one.
maybe tomorrow.
Would you
Maybe,
want?
I
would you
haven't
want
heard
us to?
myself.
Would you want us to have you talk to one? It appears to me that you're asking you want to talk to somebody today. I could get you there.
I don't.
I don't
maybe
believe
I should
that.
Just contact my family.
124. Do we have a co-responder working by any chance today?
No, I've never hurt anybody. You can look at my background. I've never hurt myself. I have had, depressive episodes in the past, and they were pretty bad. But even then, I never hurt anybody. So you
Okay.
can check my background,
Okay.
check everything.
All right, give me a minute.
But
Okay?
technically, whatever is said between him and the co-responder, it should stay private because of HIPAA regulations. So, if the cops want information, they should just engage him themselves, not with a co-responder, because then that's privileged conversation, in my opinion.
Hate you all, F you, I want my money back. I'm going to get a copy of that. My wife passed her
How
birth
long ago was
system.
it?
Number 2 days ago. It might have been Friday.
Because we got this through Fairfax, and they gave us a description of a car, but not color with the tags. And then here he is, he's in the church. The code doesn't allow for someone to carry on church property unless for good reason, and he doesn't have a good reason. And it's your property. I'm assuming you don't want him here anymore.
No.
So do you want us to trespass him?
Yes.
On top of everything else we're doing?
Yeah. Yes.
We'd like for you to have some.
Yeah. Well, he's...
You never can tell what he's been doing.
Did he have a concealed?
See, you volunteered to come in.
No.
Did he have a concealed?
Yeah, he has a concealed.
Permit?
but not in the state of mind that he's in. Yeah, so let me sort through this.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. Let's start with trespass. We'll work our way up.
Now, as the unit moves to the other side of the parking lot to inspect Jang's car, they discover the ammunition, pepper spray, and 2 knives he had mentioned, along with several other items. While he has been cooperative
Wait, what are those items? Let me take a look here. Let's go back.
to inspect Jang's car, they discover the ammunition, pepper spray, and 2 knives he had mentioned, along with
Huh. Oh, cell phone holder. A pillow. Okay. You know what's funny? Probably you can get like an address off of that or something. I don't know. Yep. Crazy, right? I mean, I can get his information.
While he has been cooperative, the
I'll show it to you
officers
guys.
cannot ignore the troubling plans he hinted at the night before regarding the church.
Anything illegal about this? I don't think so.
The sheet? No.
Sear spray? You think we should take it or not?
Spray?
Yeah.
Well, we can spray it out. Empty it.
We'll take it.
What do we got? So it had a backpack. Well, what stuff in
So
here?
in this backpack was the
Do you want to
gun
take
case.
this and put the gun in it? Or we can't put that in there? No, there's no sense of us taking it.
I'm not gonna take that. I have the package.
Does it say what range he was going to? To shoot? Because he's got a target there. He's got ammo in here. Let's take all of his ammo too.
Take that too.
Yeah.
The CS demon has called your.
What is it?
I want to see what's on that fucking clipboard.
We'll take it.
What do we got? So it had a backpack. Well, what stuff in
So
here?
in this backpack was the
Do you want to
gun
take
case.
this and put the gun in it? Or we can't put that in there? No, there's no sense of us taking it.
I'm not gonna take that. I have the package.
Does it say what range he was going to? To shoot? Because he's got a target there. He's got ammo in here. Let's take all of his ammo too.
Take that too.
Yeah.
The CS.
I don't know if you guys can make that out. If you have any guys want to try and make that out, that'd be cool. I mean, I'm surprised that they just didn't blur it out. You know, it's pretty crazy, right? They didn't blur all this out.
Has called your work zone.
What is it? The ESO.
That's the thing. Like, I actually pay attention when I look at body camera from the cops. I look at every detail in the video, and I listen to every word that is being said. I've trained myself to do that over the last several years, because if you don't pay attention, they could trip you up pretty quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to know your rights. You have to know. You have to remember what was said, who said it, maybe around what time it was said, in what context it was said, what the tone of the voice was as it was said. You have to look at all of that information when you are either a victim or a suspect. You have to, you know, especially when you FOIA the information, you have to remember, okay, this is my encounter, this is what was said between me and the officer or officers. You know, here's the video that I'm watching of the encounter. Anything different, you know? You basically have to pick it apart.
Is that what we serve as residents?
Yes.
Okay.
To secure more weapons.
Oh, okay. So if he was like a Prince William resident, we could do
Yeah.
that.
No, we can't go out there.
Yeah.
So this backpack just has a gun case in it and nothing else.
Yeah, it looks to me like probably like a range bag. 'Cause that's where he had his headphones in. And what did he act like when you approached him? Was he acting scared or?
He was just a little subdued.
I expected to find more concerning things. Nothing in here. Did you rummage through?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
During a later search of his residence,
Wait a minute. How they search his residence? Did they get a search warrant or did they just get permission? Because we need to know that now. Damn, the guy has money though. He has more money than I do. I could tell you that much. Fucking crazy. What the hell? He put a TV on a freaking That's crazy. What a TV on there on the kitchen
Investigators
table.
discovered
Okay, so that's his name. Just give me a few minutes, everybody. I'm going to 1988. Oh, he's younger than me. Shit. Wow, I didn't realize that. Okay. So we're gonna. Yeah. So let me look his information up here on the Virginia court site. Actually, I kind of forgot about that, and then we'll go from there. Okay, everybody. So here's the charging information right here. Temporary. So he's got. All right. Let's see here. Got something charge 8065 SP. Let's see what that is, because that stands for 2020. This was before the what happened. All right. Also September. Holy cow! What the hell? 16. Yeah, well we know it's 1988. So he was born January 26, 1988. Let me go back and see if that. No, August 6th. What the hell? Okay, so we got this one wrong. Sorry. my bad. Alright, so let's see here. 12. Nope, that's not it. Nope, not it. I mean, it could be, but we don't know. Let me see here. Yeah, it's just okay. So this is it. Yep, 8686. Yep, that matches. Okay, so we know it's 1988. He was released on a summons. All right, so he's in Falls Church. Okay, so I'm gonna look that up too. I mean, it might. It's kind of weird. All right, let's see what this is. Aggravated murder? What? Wait, what? Hospital, military detention facility, etc. Case type felony. Arrest date on 12/10/2003. Wow. Okay, he had an arraignment. Preliminary last year. Let's see here. Wow, this is crazy. Yeah, failure to pay. Huh. Oh wow, threat by lawyer is a felony. Wow. Never knew that. Yeah, that's it. Alright, give me another minute here. There we go. Yep. That should be yeah, that sounds about right. So he lived in wow. So he lived right off of Maple Street too. I know exactly where it's at. This is where he lived in this place. Damn. Kind of condo or something. Man, he's got some money. Shit. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Crossroads Center. Oh my God, no wonder, oh shit, no wonder why I reckon that, oh. Yeah, hey everybody, okay. Cece's Pizza was right here. Cece's Pizza was right there. Wow, that is crazy. Okay, I'm back everybody, I had a phone call. Yeah, apparently he was a government assassin and things like that, wow. But yeah, he was literally right across the street from where I used to work at the old Cece's Pizza. I think it's like an Alta Beauty now or something. We're Market's still there. Cool. KC Beauty. Sorry, it was KC Beauty. It used to be Cece's Pizza. See how the doors are? Yep. I think the trying to remember. Yeah, the foot. Oh wow, they actually took over the Foot Locker apparently too. Wow. So they knocked out this wall right here. They had knocked out the wall. There was a solid wall that was right there. That's crazy. Oh my God, I can't believe that they did that. That really sucks. But yeah, pretty crazy. So that's his current address. It's case information. Let's watch the video.
Over a disturbing letter in which Jang claimed he had worked as a political assassin for the government for 11 years, only to be repaid with nothing for his service and loyalty. The letter detailed his struggles with love and intimacy and his growing belief that there was no point in fulfilling one's duties. Jang wrote that his actions were not politically or religiously motivated, and that his soon-to-be victims were not targeted in advance. He even apologized to the families of the slain men for what he had done and what he was about to do. The letter ended with a chilling sign-off. Until next lifetime.
All right, sir.
Crazy.
Based on everything that's transpired here this morning, it is our determination that you are suffering from some type of undiagnosed mental illness at this point, and we're going to take you into custody in an emergency custody order to get you evaluated by the Community Services Board. It is up to them to determine whether or not you will remain in custody or not, but for all intents and purposes right now, you are on an EC.
Oh wow.
Emergency custody order to take you to go get mentally evaluated.
I had to ask my girlfriend
Because we've determined
about the
that there are
ECO stuff, see if she's ever had to deal with the paperwork, with the admissions and all
We're
that.
gonna go down to the hospital.
And I wonder what hospital he had gone to also. All right, I had a.
Community Services Board come over and evaluate you. We're gonna move over here, and I'm gonna check your person again before we go down there.
After being examined at the hospital and receiving medical clearance, Jang is taken to the station for questioning. It's there that he realizes the investigators know everything, and he desperately tries to talk his way out of it.
I was a software engineer.
How long did you work there?
A little over a year.
And when did you start?
I think it was August 17th of this year. It's around.
And is that because the contract ended or because something happened at work or something?
It was, I got laid off. It was termination.
Okay. And was the termination, was that from performance or just because they were cutting back? Or?
So the letter was performance. I was not expecting it.
Oh, I'm gonna set my battery charge.
That you were going through something mental health wise that you needed to make them aware of?
Yes, I was going through depression, and I got myself a antidepressant prescription in the weeks leading up to that.
So you were having some issues before then, just kind of dealing with your depression?
Yeah.
I was surprised that they were able to FOIA every little thing here. That is crazy.
But I don't
Called boot camp and FOIA'd all this information.
So just like a regular doctor?
That's scary.
Not so
You can
much
FOIA
of
that
a
information. That is scary.
visits or physicians, physicals or anything like that. I'm not in contact with a regular doctor. But in terms of the prescriptions, I found that helps on some days when I take it, including my ADHD prescription. So I think it's definitely an issue with some depression related chemicals or something.
And what do you take that you think helps?
It helps sometimes, but I don't take it consistently. Come see what was going on. I kind of wanted to mend relations. I wanted to see what God had in store for me. It was kind of a spiritual thing.
The reason that we kind of were trying to talk to you to begin with this morning is because somebody had pointed us to your social media postings and had some concerns about exactly what was going on with you. Can you kind of explain to us your postings and kind of what your thought process was for those?
Yes. And if it sounds like an excuse, I'm not making excuses. I know looking back, I should not have posted that, and definitely not publicly. When I posted it, I did not think my intention was not to scare anyone or cause terror, so I'm sorry about that. That really was not my intention. So I would say there are multiple motivations behind posting it. Some of it might, make sense. Some of it might seem crazy, and if it does, I'd be happy to elaborate.
Sorry, I'm just tired. I've been awake since
everything kind of happened all at once. First, it was I made the donations, which I was very happy to make. I didn't gloat about it. I didn't tell family about it. I was happy to make it. And then, but I remember reading there was something on the 90-day tithing challenge, the donation challenge that I caught, and it said, if it works out for you, great. If it doesn't work, or something like if it doesn't work out for you, ask for a refund. I thought, well, why would we ever need to ask for a refund? But it always stuck with me, and then it was almost like as soon as I made the donation, the weeks after, which isn't a long time.
He actually did stick to the story, though. He actually did stick to it, so maybe there is some truth to it. I don't know.
So it's not anything specific directed towards anyone at the church. Nobody at that church is some divine being or powerful enough to do that. Or why would they even want to? So it's, for example, after I made the donation, I think it was
he just made a good point though, that nobody at the church is a divine being, and why would they want to make his life bad anyways? He actually made a good point there.
Had to send me over to a surgeon because she said it was going to spread to my eye and cause blindness. So we had to go ahead and cut that out. And that morning, that was one of the things that came up. And then of course later there was, I would say just relationships, and then there was a period of long-term, I would say, loneliness that caused me depression. I would say that would have been the biggest factor towards depression.
Even as Jank starts spilling information, hoping to get out of trouble, his anger and violent intentions are all too clear to the detectives.
Today I kind of got mad at God, right? So, not mad at the church, because they could not have done any of that. So I thought, I got mad at God. I'm thinking, spiritually thinking, I'm doing all this praying and commitment, and it's not like, I'm not asking for my life to get better, but it felt like my life was getting a lot worse. So the reason for the posts, I'm not saying it's right, I'm saying that was the motivation behind some of these posts, or I would even say all of these posts, was kind of a way to...
How do we know he's even talking his way down or trying to double down or whatever? I mean, how do we not know this is his thought process? She asked, what's your thought? He's saying what, So how do we not know if he's really saying what is true or if it's bullshit? We don't know. Only he knows. God knows. That's it.
The reason I tagged the church, I think this question came up earlier at the hospital. They asked, and I think it's a very valid question. They asked, not the church, but I think the lady at the hospital asked me, why did you post pictures of the church? Or something like that, or why did you, it seemed like you were addressing the church, so I need to explain that. First, I did not
make any statements or phone calls or any text or anything to the church or anyone at the church in any threatening way. That was never my intention. Second,
Well, we just saw that he had posted a picture and he said something about blood and all that. So
Twitter, you can just write something, whatever crap, and then post it. They need a picture, so I needed a point of reference. The other alternative
no, they don't.
is to post a picture of the Bible and still say what I said. I shouldn't have done either, but if I had done that, I needed a point of reference. I already burned a Bible, which also I posted a video of me setting a Bible on fire in my kitchen, in a pot.
When did that happen?
I think it was yesterday.
Yesterday?
Perhaps I really think it was a big misunderstanding.
I think it was 2 days ago.
Not on your part.
Once he got out that same day that he was arrested, and once this is Sunday night.
Someone asked me to clarify. They said, "Did you want to burn the church down?"
He did it on a Saturday, right?
And so no, what I posted on Instagram was me burning the Bible. The Bible did not even belong to that church. I got it from a different church years ago, and there's now no any connection with me in that church. So to me, that was best depicted, which was a bad idea. That was best depicted through a Bible or through a picture that God can refer back to me, and that would be, that church. That is pretty much the only Christian church that I consider myself a member of. So,
When did you take pictures of the church?
I would say last night.
So were you there at the church all night in your car, or did you go home at some point?
I drove around in the rain. I drove around. I was very, I guess, just spiritually, I was very confused as to
What time do you think you got to the church this morning?
maybe around 10, I think.
10 this morning?
Yes.
And
Yeah, so then he had just gotten out of the hospital then.
9 and 10 this morning, you were at the church or you were driving around?
I would say I arrived at the church in my car in their parking lot entrance area. I would say around maybe 10 or 10:12. I remember looking at the clock and I thought, oh wow, they already started service already, because I think it was 10 o'clock. So I remember looking at the clock and I think it was around 10 or 10:12 that I got into the parking lot.
And so have you slept at all since last night, or?
I fell asleep maybe around 7 or 8 p.m. Accidentally. I wasn't trying to fall asleep, but I remember waking up maybe around 10 or 11.
And that's when you left your apartment,
Yeah.
and you haven't slept since then?
Well, if he hadn't slept since then, I mean, yeah, he's fucking burned out. You can tell. I'm kind of getting there too right now. I'm getting burned out because I've been away for so long.
And I fell asleep.
Oh, well, my scanner's done charging. That took a while.
And do you remember where you were parked at that time?
Yes, I was in my apartment on my Uber.
This morning?
Yes.
From 5 to 7?
Yes, anytime from 5 to 7 or 8 a.m.
And have you taken any drugs or alcohol or anything?
No.
You show up to a church with a firearm after posting some concerning things on the internet, including, a picture of you with that gun and a picture of, looks like you went to the range. Have you been to the range with your gun before?
I have.
Okay. So you see where the concern
I do.
lies with people, and it looks like a threat to anybody who looks at it. So that's kind of why we're involved. And our job is not only to investigate crimes, but to make sure that you're okay, mental health wise. So, we appreciate you kind of talking to us and giving us the background.
I don't think they're psychologists though, unless they have a degree in psychology or
what led you to
or psychiatry or something,
those things with the weapon and then bringing the weapon to the church this morning.
Sure, I can explain. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer. If any part of the explanation sounds unbelievable or crazy, just please ask me to elaborate. Let me start off with the easy part. I feel it's why I brought a weapon. I have a concealed carry permit. I would say I'm naturally a kind of a paranoid person. Not in sneaking around corners kind of way, but I just try to have situational awareness at all times. If I'm not carrying a gun, I am carrying a knife or pepper spray. In the past, when I would date someone, I would buy them pepper spray all the time, even if they didn't want to be like, hey, you need some of this stuff.
Okay.
So I have that, as I have receipts from that too. I keep flashlight, and for example, just a quick example, I've got flashlights in the car, multiple flashlights, and then one in every room, and stuff like that. That's just how I've been. So the thing with the weapon, I understand when you combine that with the posts and this and that, it's just a horrible idea. And I also did not know you cannot bring a gun into church. I knew, because I thought if I had a concealed carry permit, I knew I could not bring it into museums or government property. I did not.
That's what you mentioned before.
I thought churches were private or non-profit. So I really did not know that. And that's something I would not do again. And so that was the reason. As for having magazines, I keep one in the car. And so there should be, pepper spray in the car too, as well as a knife. These are self-defense.
Oh.
So those are always things that you have in your vehicle?
Yes.
It isn't that simple, though. Not only had Jang been to a shooting range, but that morning, he posted an Instagram photo with the caption, "I'm going to exterminate you in this life and the next. For what you did to me and for what you actively deny me. So you better neutralize me when I respawn." Ending the message with another cuss word.
It sounded like from your
Just say bitch, right?
earlier
This is
morning
bitch.
that,
He says cuss word. It's bitch.
Officials. Can you kind of talk to us about that?
Yes.
I'll say it straight up. It's
Some of
bitch.
these posts were made in a comedic way. I know it's hard to believe, but I made a post saying that George Bush is my grandson. That's obviously crazy. So some of it was yelling at God. The other parts were really just meant to be kind of a friendly punch in the mouth. Like it's hard to describe. But it's also kind of saying, hey, I'm really going through a lot of pain. But it's kind of like also like trying to make it in a just way. I don't mean that. It is absolutely not meant to be serious.
But you know that making those posts public, other people were going to see them, right?
Yes. And that's where I admit it was a very bad idea. But I did not intend.
And if he felt that way, he should have just kept it to himself, and he wouldn't be in this fucking hot mess.
Anything I thought, it was just.
I have to go blow my nose real quick.
Standards
Alright, I'm back.
have gone really down. I think, for example, there's music that sings about politicians. There's rappers that curse them out, or yelling about doing violent things to them, or stuff like that. So I thought, oh well, then I could probably make this joke too, right? Not like I never made a joke to harm someone, but I'm thinking, well, what I said is probably kind of funny compared to what is actually being said out there, and they seem to be fine with it. So I did not intend to have that, ever be taken in a serious way.
One of the concerns that I had when I was looking at these posts, when I'm looking at the things that you write there, is that you're using language like, "I'm going to exterminate you," mentioning that, ending this life, talking about mentioning that you respawn. You mentioned that you're grateful to the women who have been in your life, and you say, see you in the next one. You were making very finalized statements. Like you've made a plan, you've come to a determination in your mind. This is the end of this track, this course of action that you've created. And at the same time, you're taking pictures of yourself with your gun in your hand, and you're pointing at church. So I know that you said Instagram doesn't like to post stuff without a picture, but you're accompanying those pictures with words, and those words are very direct and straightforward and descriptive. And that's, again, I know that the detectives told you that that's why we're here.
That inverter was loud. Holy cow.
And I'm still stuck on that. I'm still confused as to why you're specifically mentioning things like exterminating people, ending your own life, concerned.
Sure. I can explain that. It might sound a little crazy. Again, this is the part that I haven't said yet. I think I was building up to it. I talked a little bit about creative pursuits as a way of venting. Of course, not a way to excuse anything, but as a way of venting. I know in the past, when I was younger, an example would have been not an accurate, complete example, but just in general. Let's say if I were to miss someone, or if I was just really angry at something that happened, I would try to write a very, almost like a vivid dream kind of way, like a very, I like to write a lot of fiction. I like to, you can see how I could show you, I write a lot of, I made a lot of short films, I made a lot of video games, and plots and creative writing and poetry. So all of that, it's just a way for me to almost fantasize myself, like build a completely like fictional character, but kind of using my feelings and my experiences, but twisting it in a way where this is a completely different character. In the past, it was a way for me, and I think even now, because I kind of recognize the way I've been doing it, it was a way for me to vent. When I say vent, it sounds like, oh, it always has to be angry. No, it's more like just to put myself in that, it's like a fantasy position of like this character I'm building. Or for example, in the past, when I get angry, I would not necessarily write it down, but in my mind, I'm almost, I know it's hard to picture, but building a scene where there's two characters talking and they're fighting or something like that, and it would get extremely vivid. And then part of that I would put into a short film or a video game or write about it. And I'm not saying, it also goes back to why I regret making it public or making it the way I did, I think. Or maybe I should have just put it under context and say, okay, well, this is, me venting my frustrations, but through a different, like a completely fictional character. And this is for an upcoming story, or this is for my partially, fiction, but also kind of like a fiction, but based off of my experience kind of story, my, journey with spirituality and failing, how it failed, or where I learned and stuff like that.
Zhang runs his mouth for a couple of more minutes, frantically trying to justify his posts. But the detectives have already heard enough of his ass. Rui Zhang was charged with felony, attempted obstruction in the free exercise of religious beliefs, use of firearm during and relation to a crime of violence, and transmitting threats over the internet. In March 2025, following a 4-day trial, a federal jury found Rui guilty on all accounts. Ultimately, he was sentenced to 25 years in prison and 5 years of supervised release for attempting a mass shooting at a Haymarket church.
That's
if
crazy.
your wardrobe's starting to look like evidence from a cold case, it's time for a refresh. Head over to Code.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Holy cow, because it doesn't say right here. Wow. I mean, we could try to. Guess we'll do a Google search here. Okay, yeah. Anne Arundel? Huh.
court, which they say proves Roy Zhang intended to kill congregants at Prince William County's Park Valley Church on September 24, 2023, 48 hours before he visited Sunday service with a loaded gun and ammo in his pocket. Prosecutors say Zhang took a series of steps to carry out a shooting. Prosecutors told the jury Zhang bought a semi-automatic gun, 50 bullets, and he practiced shooting, and he took pictures of his weaponry. Prosecutors also said Zhang visited the church around 2 a.m. the day of the service and drove around to do surveillance. In various notes and social media posts leading up to September 24, 2023, the U.S. Attorney said Zhang wrote, quote, "I'm not going out until I kill or expletive somebody. I can't wait to destroy God. And I am here to target men and to deny men the life God actually denies me every day," end quote.
Wow.
The prosecutor
Crazy.
said Zhang wrote, "He will spare men who look lonely or haven't had sex in years, but, quote, in the heat of the shooting, I might kill them anyway," end quote. And the prosecutor said Zhang emailed the church saying, quote, "Please remove my membership. I am done with this expletive. Expletive, all of you. I
Bullshit,
hate
fuck all
of
you.
End quote. The prosecutor said Zhang wrote about
He
slaying
does-
men and apologized to their...
Technically, if he says that he hates them all, that is protected speech, in my opinion. But other than that, yeah, he still made threats.
line for ways to jam 911 call centers, and that he put in an earpiece so he could listen to jam 911. Prosecutors say Zhang searched online for ways to jam 911 call centers, and that he put in an earpiece so he could listen to a police scanner. Before he...
All he's got to do is use his phone. Prince William's in the clear. You can use your phone to listen to him. I mean, I got a scanner that I could actually hear them on if I wanted to, but, you know, that's just because I need situational, like, awareness. I need to know if anybody's shooting up someplace or robbing someplace and I'm nearby, you know, to avoid the area, or there's traffic accidents or car crashes or anything like that. That's why I need a scanner in order to have that situational awareness. Otherwise, you know, it really sucks to not know what's going on.
He visited the church. A woman saw Zhang's concerning social media posts and called 911. A police officer arrived and asked Zhang questions. In court, Zhang pleaded not guilty. Zhang's public defender said his social media posts and messages were a cry for help and that he was venting and that Zhang didn't shoot anyone. The public defender also told jurors that an expert testified it's not...
Oh shit, hang on a second.
Uncommon for people to fantasize, yet not carry out a mass shooting. Prosecutors also said in court today that when Zhang visited this church on Sunday, he had the wrong service start times. In fact, the church changed its service start times 2 weeks before his visit, and prosecutors said that Zhang didn't know that, and that disrupted his plans that day. One person I spoke to said that God had his hand in protecting his church. Reporting live in Alexandria, Nick Minock, 7 News.
Yeah, wow. That's pretty crazy. If they had kept the same time, it may have ended in tragedy. It may have ended in bloodshed. And that I don't condone. I am for free speech. I am for freedom of expression and everything, but just don't act upon it. Don't make it public. If you're really going to do something, you know, probably say to yourself, hey, this is a bad idea because it's going to get me in jail for a long time, right? You got to think about what your actions, what the consequences of your potential actions could be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you're thinking about doing something harmful, you need to think about, well, what are the results, good or bad or good, of those actions? You got to think about that, you know?
Passenger.
Yeah, it's so crazy though. Wow. I just never knew this happened. That is so crazy. Well, I'm gonna give up this thing. It's getting pretty late. I wanna get to bed, watch some video, fall asleep. You know, tired. 42 degrees already. Wow, it's pretty chilly out there. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. I'm going to upload this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you want to help the channel in any way, that'd be great. The ways to help are in my video description. Not, my channel description, I mean. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later. And you have a good night. A good morning. And talk to you later.